Welcome once again. All other ground are sinking sand. All other ground are sinking sand. Peter was told by Christ that I want you to walk here, but I want you to walk in this place, walk on the sea, because every other ground are sinking sand. But Peter was stubborn. Let me tell you how this thing started. Let us go to the book of Genesis. Let us go to the book of Genesis. I want you to pay attention to these grammars that I'm going to be reading down. You can see how things got manipulated. It was even with the information from the beginning that got things wrong. In the beginning, God created heaven and earth. Verse 2 said, and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. And God said, let there be light. That is in verse number 3. God said, let there be light, with a semicolon. And there was light, full stop. Verse 4, he said, and God saw the light that it was good, semicolon. And God divided the light from darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and the morning were the first day. These things has implications. But many times we don't like to pay attention to certain things. And God said in verse 6, and God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters. Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters. Waters. And let it divide the waters from waters. These are what we call scorpions, cancer, and bisects. This sign were already there, and they know it. It's all over their charts. They know some of this truth. They silence it. They make it look as if God was just talking some empty grammar that cannot be taught. Because when you begin to give teaching to these things, people begin to ask you questions. Then you begin to make some provisions. You understand what I'm saying? Then let us go to verse 7, so that you can see what is happening in verse 7. That's why many times you see the apostles also manifesting in verse 7, apart from Peter. As in anybody, as in some of the prophets also can come in verse 7. Because many of the times, they have these charts. Many of the times, this one is produces second, fifth, second, May. They have the chart. And if it's the one that is going to produce it, they know. They have the chart, they start monitoring you. They start following you up and down because they know you can be disastrous any day. Then now look at this in verse 7. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament. Dice, that is what they call dice. This water itself, at this 6, I always have some endicement with 7, which were under the firmament from the waters, which were above the firmament, and it was so. They make it look as if God was just speaking some ununderstandable grammars. This thing, go to the book of Matthew chapter 12, verse number 25. You see where Christ said, I was thanking God because these bigger pastors that claimed that have known it all, that his father has hidden it from them and has given it to a baby. And when you go to the book of John, chapter number 10, verse number 17 till 20, just go down. You find out where people couldn't understand the parables that Jesus was telling. They said somebody will come and tell this parable, and I have the power to. You weren't the one. Don't blame yourself. I know I understand everything. I didn't die for you. It was because of the sheep that make me give up, so that the church of God or the flocks of Christ wouldn't get scattered. Which is like, since I came, I wouldn't be the one that's supposed to destroy what I building. So I have to go. If it were you, you are far from it. You are not capable. I know they may have at one point or the other influenced you. Actually, not that killed me. Who you are looking at, I have the power to go and come back anytime. I have the power to pick my life. I have the power to lose it. Not those things. It doesn't matter anything. You get? But I'm building something. Something is my interest. There is people I'm looking out for, which made me anytime I can surrender. Anytime can still come. You get the gist. But now he said, this thing this guy is talking, I think the gods of his father's land have manipulated him. He's not talking like a Christian. This thing is too deity. It's cake. It doesn't sound like a sound born again. He said that is what they are going to say. But unfortunately, people are going to tell at the contrary, that no, somebody who the devil have manipulated, because they said he has some devil. Somebody the devil have manipulated will not open the eyes of people that are blind. If devil manipulated someone, the area he will be channeling the people is something that will bring doom, not salvation or eternity. Devil can be the last person that will show you light, that a calamity that is trying to capture your soul and destroy you perpetually to hell and in hell is coming to you. That is the last thing that any demon or devil can do. Not the devil cannot do that. And the book of Revelation, chapter number 10, from verse 1 going down, he will tell you during the days of this prophet that he will be sounding mysteries. Something that you need to calm down to listen to them, digest them, and make practical research on them. If he give you assignment, go and do it on your own. Come back and see whether there is truth or it's all about illusions, fallacies, manipulations, anything you can call it. That is what mystery is all about. Mystery is not something that somebody will just tell you everything concerning that thing will be open. You ponder, you listen, you allow the Spirit of God to open your eyes and your heart of eyes and begin to digest this. You don't be too speedy to criticize, because you may be the foolish person at the end. So what am I saying? Let us go to verse 8. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening, and the morning were the second day. These people are not getting this gist. Were the second day. This grammar, the implications is all these people have known them to some extent, and that is why when they see positions, they know what it means, they know what is going on. And that is why they will never pay attention to certain things that will allow you or allow your eyes to open to see some things. Let me go to 9, let me rush them. And God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. This is where the politics started. Go to 10. And God called the dry land earth. This is 10. And the gathering together of the waters called he sea, semicolon. The earth was the apostrophe. And God said that it was good. And God saw that it was good. That is the sea. That is his, as in his own choosing side. That was the sea he was asking Peter to walk on. This man, all these our fathers in heaven, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the Almighty God, his Son and his Holy Spirit, these great men, those our creatures, they knew the end from the beginning. And they were giving us the gist here. We weren't catching it up. The gist even came from the beginning. And if you follow the Bible sequentially, almost every pages of the Bible, you see the politics. But if you don't know what the number stands for, or what it's for, you only get the graph from the letters. The letter killer doesn't mean that the letter doesn't change one's life, or doesn't create salvation, or doesn't motivate you and lift your soul, and make you dominate the devil and prevail. But you will not see the depthness of what is playing. And that is exactly when they remove the digit from the letter. Because these people, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, they are all playing games. There is something that is dragging. Something is dragging. Something is dragging. These 11 are the prophets. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herbs yielding seeds, and the fruits, 3 yielding fruits after his kind. Pay attention. After his kind, comma, whose seed is, bracket, whose seed is, bracket, in itself upon the earth, semicolon. In itself means a kind of twin flame, a kind of reincarnation. These people, these 11, when they are coming, because they were killed, either through their wife, many times, their wife are also being killed to silence them also. And it's because of something. And this is happening in the church. And something is causing this. When it's coming back, because he was the creator, these 11 are the creators, as in they are from the saturated office of the prophets. When it's coming, he brings exactly that thing that fits him. You can call him the original Adam. You can call him the original Adam. He brings somebody that was with him, that if not her, I was using him. If not her, there may be some errors. And some of these things is because why these people came to the assignment, these things happen. If they are being delegated again, they have to come alongside, pull back that lady to make sure if he can have an opportunity to correct his errors. Because some of these things, there are some you are coming like a camera. That is not just you were merely being sent for a purpose, either for a reason of experience or knowledge. Because the reason is also why these people keep coming. There are graces of experience. There are graces of finality. There are qualities of improvement. Many times you can even see it from the reflections of their digits. Sometimes you see one person almost collecting more than 5 or 4, 6 master's numbers. You understand? There are improvements. You are the target. With you, this thing is certainly, it can be done. These are some of the implications. Then he will pull back to give the person the grace to see if she can be manipulated again or make the same mistakes or get it corrected. That's where it sounds as a karma. And there are 90% chances that they will not meet. It is almost impossible that they will not meet. When you are telling these things, it's sounding like a fairy tale and maybe threatening. But it's more real than anyone can think, because this is just like the Genesis that I'm talking. I will keep breaking this thing down until everyone's eyes open, then they will see how we have been manipulated from years to years. And that is what has been dragging. This is exactly what they have used in holding every Christian hostage. In fact, this thing, some other religion are even using it. But they were from originally inscripted by Moses according to the instruction of God himself. When he told him to give them portions according to the number of the name, we are not asking again, where are the portions? What happened? They said 6 books of Moses, 7 books, 8 books, 9 books. That is mysterious, that is occultic, that is if you just bring it out, everybody will be fighting and be killing themselves. That is that, but they don't bring it out. They don't go and study the book of Daniel, chapter number 10. You will see where Daniel said that this thing fall, as in, he used the word fell. Any prophet can use any word to defend or define what he wants to say. Many times, these people are talking in parables. That this thing fell, that these people take it, grabbed it, and ran into darkness. Why? What is dragging? This 7 was being a hindrance to his other brother because he was the lesser light. There are 7s that are light. He was the lesser light. God knows these things that are happening to some individuals. It has been orchestrated. You may not know that it was from the beginning. It has been originated. That it would be like that. Then when this thing manifested physically, he became the enemy of his brother. He sealed his heart to make sure that they also lose their inheritance. So he became a perpetual sabotage. Because God designed this thing in a way it can interpret you. This thing now, they are calling it a field in astronomy. Even the zodiac signs. They are calling it field in astronomy. They don't want to liken it to any particular religion. Even though, like, probably the Hindus, they are, if you go to school now, after graduating, it's expected from you to go and study astronomy, especially from this side of numerology. At least have a diploma. Because you got some elements or some sense of direction. This thing will help you to know even the name you are supposed to give your child, how it's going to be like, how it's going to affect him or will not affect him. It will help you to interpret His grace, the months, weeks, and some things. It will help you to see exactly the area he needs advice and he needs prayers. Even if your wife or your husband, you can always see yourself. It makes some element of things easy. It was this guy that even caused this thing to be inscripted. The same Simeon, because he was the one behind the idolatry at Mount Sinai. He was the one manipulating everywhere, influencing negative energies that was seducing the spirit of the Israelites that carried their movement until God said, no, let us cast lots. Name the children of Israel, let us see what will happen. Let us know how who is carrying this energy. No, this is not right. Somebody is here. Later, they found out it was him. Then he manipulated and took it, seized it. Now he can interpret our charts. Know is who, zodiacally, numerically. He can see us. Somebody will know you before you know yourself. That is why many times it looks as if even the lady, you don't know what you are doing, what is doing. He know you, he know your weak point. He know where to get you. I will be breaking it down gradually. Thank you.